we make it hard for ourselves. We have not learned yet to keep our mouths shut. There's some fact that the enemy would like to know. Individual facts may not seem to be important. But if the enemy gets all of these, he can piece them together, have a picture of all our plans and intentions. Regard each one of these facts as you would a gun. Do not be placed in the position of saying, I didn't know it was loaded. The enemy has long ears. He's keen on getting information. He stops at nothing to get it. That getting information is something, if where he makes the effort, we may contribute and help him out. We must avoid it by keeping our mouths shut. If we say nothing, the enemy cannot hear. Let us keep our mouths shut.
This report I received today is a monumental document in more ways than one. But it is a very, very important piece of America's history, and it will shape America's future in ways that will make us a more honorable, more successful, and more ethical country. What this committee learned, I would like to review today with a little more detail than Dr. Faden said, because I think it must be engraved on our national memory. Thousands of government-sponsored experiments did take place at hospitals, universities, and military bases around our nation. The goal was to understand the effects of radiation exposure on the human body. While most of the tests were ethical by any standards, some were unethical, not only by today's standards, but by the standards of the time in which they were conducted. They failed both the test of our national values and the test of humanity. Informed consent means your doctor tells you the risk of the treatment you are about to undergo. In too many cases, informed consent was withheld. Americans were kept in the dark about the effects of what was being done to them. The deception extended beyond the test subjects themselves to encompass their families and the American people as a whole. For these experiments were kept secret, and they were shrouded not for a compelling reason of national security, but for the simple fear of embarrassment, and that was wrong. So today, on behalf of another generation of American leaders and another generation of American citizens, the United States of America offers a sincere apology to those of our citizens who were subjected to these experiments, to their families, and to their communities. When the government does wrong, we have a moral responsibility to admit it. The duty we owe to one another to tell the truth and to protect our fellow citizens from excesses like these is one we can never walk away from. Our government failed in that duty, and it offers an apology to the survivors and their families, and to all the American people who must be able to rely upon the United States to keep its word, to tell the truth, and to do the right thing. Make no mistake, as the committee report says, there are circumstances where compensation is appropriate as a matter of ethics and principle. I am committed to seeing to it that the United States of America lives up to its responsibility. Our greatness is measured not only in how we so frequently do right, but also how we act when we know we've done the wrong thing, how we confront our mistakes, make our apologies, and take action. That's why this morning I signed an executive order instructing every arm and agency of our government that conducts, supports, or regulates research involving human beings to review immediately their procedures in light of the recommendations of this report and the best knowledge and standards available today, and to report back to me by Christmas.
Princes must delegate difficult tasks to others and keep popular ones for themselves. Machiavelli talks about Cesare Borgia, who has this region that he needs to bring under control. Long story short, he appoints this guy and sends him down there to do it. The guy makes sure the troublemakers' heads are chopped off and they're castrated and all of that really brutal stuff. And finally, the place is under control. The problem now is people have seen a lot of cruelty, and they're pretty pissed off. So what's Borgia's solution? He has the guy who did all his dirty work cut in half and thrown onto the city square. Then he makes sure to provide the citizens with food and entertainment, and what's the result? The dirty, effective work was carried out just like Borgia wanted, but he's not the one people are angry at. Now, that is probably one of the weirdest, most repulsive stories I've ever heard, but people in power today constantly do basically some variation of that. I was watching one of the biggest channels on YouTube, and this guy just has the scammiest marketing in the world. It's just so bad. And of course, some people kept calling him out for it, but then one day he puts out this video where he's just really honest, you know? He's really gonna be honest with you guys. And here's what he said. I know my marketing is scammy, and I would basically be a piece of shit for doing it, but it's not me, guys. It's just the marketers who work for me, man. It's just how they do stuff. If it was up to me, I wouldn't do it like that. And I scroll down, and the video has all these likes, and people are just like, yeah, we know you're a really good dude, it's just the marketers. And I remember sitting there in utter disbelief.
You like that M1 pretty well, Bill?
Yes, sir, I do.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we must build weapons for war, Bill, let's build the best. And our Army Ordnance, our American industry and labor are doing just that.
In response to this need, the Active Denial System Advanced Concept Technology Demonstration has built the first non-lethal counter-personnel directed energy weapon. The ACTD is designed to match new concepts with the needs of our warfighters and expedite the process of developing, testing, and fielding these technologies so that we can more quickly meet the needs of our men and women serving in operational environments. ADS uses a directed beam of millimeter wave energy that penetrates about 1/64 of an inch into the adversary's skin. The energy is harmless. The superficial heating effect is nearly instantaneous, and the adversary instinctively flees. ADS is an ideal choice for protecting members of the U.S. military and their equipment in a wide range of operations, particularly when the use of lethal force would be counterproductive.
You are the target of those who would trample the liberties of free men. You are in the crosshairs of the bomb sight. An enemy is centering on you, the United States of America.